White Water Publishers, which is the publisher of the book that we are going to be launching today, Sheeja Joseph's book, Gone with a Bullet, An Unusual Tale of Love and Revenge. Can we have a loud round of applause for her? And we are also very, very, very pleased to have with us our esteemed guest, firstly Mr. S. Hussain Zaidi, author and veteran journalist. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us. And Mr. Sriram Raghavan, renowned film director and screenwriter. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with your presence. Firstly, I'll start by introducing each of our panelists. Mr. Hussain Zaidi is an Indian author, a former investigator. Mr. Sriram Raghavan, as you all know, his movies, I think, are movies par excellence. An Indian film director, a screenwriter, notable for producing a 45-minute documentary on the Indian serial killer Raman Raghav and his 2004 Hindi film Ek Haseena Thi. This was produced by Mr. Ram Gopal Verma. His latest film, Baglapur, I think all of us really, really enjoyed that movie. Has, I think, won him a lot of accolades, and thank you so much, sir, for being here with us. A small little token. And well, the lady of the moment, looking at pretty in a black and red dress, Sheeja Jose from God's own country, Kerala. She came to God's own city, Mumbai, for her studies. A student of psychology, she started her career as an assistant director in Bollywood to pursue her dreams to be a director. Later, she also Well, as soon as Sheeja unveils her copy, I was waiting for the launch to happen to present Sheeja with her bouquet, because this is her moment and the bouquet should come to her at this very moment. So can I please request? Thank you very much. Congratulations, Sheeja. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to all of you for being here at this wonderful book launch to support Sheeja. We are going to have a brief discussion about the book right now, post which if you all have questions, you all can put them forward to not just Sheeja but our panelists as well. And then we're going to be having book signings, so please don't forget to grab a copy of the book, get your copy signed. Yeah? Thank you very much. Moving on now.
You know what? I had prepared a very nice speech, but I forgot it at home. So, I thought I would tell you the story of Sheeja Jose and my association. Is that okay? Would you be upset if I forgot the speech? You know, once I was driving furiously towards the jungle of Thane to meet one of my sources. And I got a call on my phone where Madam Sheeja Jose said she has a fantastic plot and she wants it to be published by Penguin. You know, whoever in this country loves writing will know what Penguin is, or who would like to be published in Penguin kind of house. It's like, you know, who doesn't want to work with Mr. Raghavan here? Ask any actor and they would say they'll give their left arm to, act in his movie. So similarly, all the authors, aspiring writers would like to be published by Penguin. You know, the plot that she had was superb. I will just give you the gist of the plot. It is this teenager girl who has been framed in a murder and she has been put behind the bars. She spent 3 years there in that jail because she's not yet a major. But once, when this girl comes out from the jail, she has decided to take revenge on all those people, 5 people actually, which includes the Chief Minister, Police Commissioner, and all those biggies who have conspired and plotted to throw her behind the bars. I am telling you the story of her first novel, Goodbye Girl. Imagine the plot was such that when the chief editor at Penguin heard the plot, like she jumped on her chair. She took her first flight to Mumbai and met me at Orchid Hotel. It was amazing. I mean, you know, as a writer, I'll tell you one small secret. We all like to author and own those stories which we feel are best. I really thought that was my story. I thought I would have thought of such a plot, which Madam Jose has thought of writing. But unfortunately, she has already developed that idea and she was the author of this story. So when the chief editor, I will not disclose her name, she came down and she said, it's a fantastic story, I want to make a little change in it. I said, yes, what's the change? So she suggested she wants this protagonist to do some training, to become a killer girl and all those exercises, shooting, blah blah, etc. That's what you see all this in movies, that an assassin trains herself or himself before they go for the big kill. Well, I am a co-publisher with Penguin, so I went and conveyed this to Madam Sheila Jose. Now tell me, which author or writer will not be willing to be published with Penguin? But she said, no, I will not make any change in my story, even if it's Penguin Random House. Was she out of her mind? I don't know. But after this refusal, my respect for this girl went up several notches. This showed a woman, a strong, gritty woman who does not want to compromise on her story, even if it won't be published by Penguin. And she believed in the story so much that she went ahead and got this book published. Goodbye Girl. It's fascinating. It's unputdownable. Those who ever love reading, if they will pick up the book, they will find that it's one of the best revenge drama they would have ever read, and I am not pleasure, which a famous author said, reading orgasm. After reading this Goodbye Girl, she comes up with well, she has now come with Gone with the Bullet. And please hold your breath, I'm going to give you a small gist of the story also. Here, the story opens with a young girl coming to meet her father. The girl thinks that this killer is her father. And she kind of started falling in love toward this man. And this man knows that he has just killed her father. Now there is a strange bond between the two of them. Now this killer, who is hired by a top intelligence agency in the country, in herself, this is her belief in her story, and the way that she's so vastly talented, that I really am honored that I am her friend, and we are not rivals or competitors, but we are friends. Because if she becomes my rival, I'm sure I'm going to lose my talent of writing and will have to look for some other profession. So guys, please read this book, and I'm sure you will not regret reading it. Thank you very much. Thanks, Vijaya, for the listening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. Sriram Raghavan, we'd like you to say a few words as well.
Thank you, Zaid Sahab, for terrifically giving us a trailer of the books, both the books. And about me, my friendship with Shrija is, I know for about, I think, a little more than 10 years now. And I knew her she initially met me, she wanted to assist me. I was not doing anything that time. Then she was working in television, and she rose in television and became an EP of several big shows. And I think Adalat and quite a few, I don't know all the names, but they're big shows. And then one day, she said, I want to, write something. And there was I had a lot of books with me. Somebody had given me a book to read, and so I just told her, look, why don't you, if you want to pick up any of these and read them and tell me if they are good stories. I was looking for stories, And she read a book, and of course I don't remember the name, but she said, oh, I can write better than this. And within a few days, she had written 4 chapters. So just as a laugh, she told me, can I send it to you to read? And I found them very fascinating, And there was a certain kind of a personal, individualistic style. And then I told her, okay, finish the book, and then I think she was in the middle of some work that time. Then she quit all that and just finished the book, and that's Goodbye Girl. And about the second book, I mean, I think she also writes film scripts, and I have read the same book as a film script also. So if somebody wants to make a movie, I mean, maybe me myself, so there's already a script also there. So, what else? I was going to tell a lot of things about it. And the other thing about her which I find fascinating is her kind of her own grit and determination. What happened, like I didn't know much about this penguin story actually. So she said, I've written this book and I'm going to publish it. She told me penguin is, they wanted to do it, but she didn't say I'm going to do it myself. And she went into publishing, she did a lot of things herself, which is I think something terrific about this enthusiasm. 2 books in, I think, less than 2 years, so I hope she writes much more and lots and so on.
Well, now I request Chija to kindly tell us a little more about the book, give us a different insight to the book, and then we're going to follow it by a discussion between the 3 of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. First of all, it's so great to see you here, all my friends whom I worked so many years back when I was learning English, Hindi, whatever language we have here. So, this all people, they know that I couldn't even speak one line completely the way it is supposed to be. And I have some people are here which I'm seeing from new faces, but I'm sure they were friends and kind of a thing. But it's great to be having here. And normally my first book I didn't have a launch because I heard the stories of launch saying that normally 10 people comes for a launch. You call up all the chief guests and there are 10 people sitting here and chief guest gets so embarrassed, saying that, oh, 10 people, so kind of a thing. So you guys made my day, made my day, and thank you so much. And especially Master T, whom I work, I started as an assistant director, so that point of time, so they all know how I was running around all the places. So thank you so much for each and every one person who is here. It's one or another way special to me, and thank you so much for coming here. And second thing, Chief Guest Hussain Saidi, as he said, yeah, it's rightly, it happened actually, I still remember. I said this because I had 3 meetings in Taj. They call Penguin, they have all big meetings, so they call it for Taj meetings and kind of a thing. So I was thinking, wow, superb, you're going to Taj for a coffee and sandwich and kind of a thing. And we were discussing the story. So I was very excited, wow, Penguin, so I'm meeting Hussain Saidi because I read Black Friday. I was a big fan of his writing. And I remember Sudipto gave me one book, Dongri to Dubai, so I finished it in 2 days, and that was one of the book which I finished, such a big one in such a short time. So I was excited to meet him rather than a publisher, rather than an author. So I'm sitting there and we were discussing these all things. I was excited. I'm coming back and saying all friends okay, my book is going with Penguin, very excited kind of a thing. Then yeah, his chief editor, as he said, even I don't want to take the name because big name. So I got a mail saying that he had a meeting definitely. So he called me up. Then I was very no, I don't want to change. Then I saw one big mail saying that from the chief editor. Okay, do this kind of a thing. So I sent a reply back saying that sorry, I can't change this. This character is exactly the way I thought of. And kind of a thing. Then again, another meeting, I'm going there having a black coffee and or sandwich, whatever, on Penguin's account. I'm saying, I'm coming and saying that, no, sorry, I'm taking it back and I'll figure it out what to do with this book. And I remember I'm coming back and I'm meeting Sridhar and Arjit at Sriram's house. And I'm saying that, so I'm taking it back and I'm trying to figure it out how to publish it my own. So 2 hours they sat and advised me how stupid I am. So Arjit and Sridhar, they gave me all the plus and minus points of Penguin, because hardly people get a chance to work with them and kind of a thing. So I heard everything. 1 o'clock I came back home and morning I sent them a mail saying that sorry, I'm still going with self-publishing. So now I got into the self-publishing thing without knowing any ABCD of the book. I hardly read any books, very frankly. I don't want to sit here like Salman Rushdie was saying that, like, I read that, this, whatever thing. So I hardly read any books. I don't have any idea about the book, how it is works and kind of a thing. So second thing, all I have was one publisher whom I'm saying I don't want to do the book with you, but calling up and saying that, okay, how to do this, I want to do this, publish it now. The thing is, I didn't even know how to write a story. I remember Hussain, that point of time, when the story was with Penguin, they wanted a story. I never had a story. Basic plot I had, and I wrote the 500-page, the whole book of Goodbye Girl. It's a big, such a motor book. I'm sure it will be here somewhere. And then I have to sit and do the story. Then all I did was turning up and calling up Sridhar Raghavan and saying that, please, I need a story. Can you help me out do the story? Because by then they read this whole thing many times for the proof and for the reading and for the feedback and everything. So I got a great story written by Sridhar and Arjit, and then I bounced it over the Penguin. So that's what I did, frankly. I don't know whether he knew it. So the story was that. So once I got into the self-publishing thing, so it wasn't that easy journey. And then I realized, okay, this all printing and everything happens in Delhi, so you have to go up and down because hardly anybody knows here things. So, but it was a tough one, but it was a great journey. So whatever it is, the first book came, and then anybody can publish a book. Anybody can. If you have some money from the friends and kind of a thing, how I manage, like, getting all the friends together and saying that, okay, let's start, let's do this. But end of the day, it's getting a bookshop that is the difficult thing. So, but luckily I got some distributor, and when I called them up, I remember I called up the best distributor. Then he told me, every Tom, Dick and Harry is writing a book. We can't take the book. So that's what I got the first answer. But I was not ready to leave it. I said, you give me one meeting for 1 minute, I will go and sell my book. So I went there. So they thought of, like, there is a self-publishing book, like, so they just, normally it's very, self-publishing book, normally we can figure it out. Looking at that, we can see how it is. So I remember I'm going to Churchgate, Nariman Point, their office, like, they all sitting, like, somebody's coming to sell a book. So I went with Goodbye Girl. So I sitting there, I saw the Goodbye Girl in, like, maybe 2 minutes of conversation of, okay, this is why it is so important. So anyway, it came in the bookshop, and the journey was good. Then technically, I really love writing, whatever it is. It's a tough journey and it's a lot of hard work. But then I thought of, then I had a lot of support from Hussain, definitely from all my friends, other friends, and Merlin. I know that, I don't know, I'm sure she will be here somewhere. And yeah, these are people, I keep on bother them all the time. Whatever I write, I have to, they get stressed up because they have to sit and read. So I finish writing in, like, 1 week, 2 week time, so they have to read it in next week, because I'm on their head saying that, okay, I need feedback, like, so I'm sure my friends are more worried about my writing rather than me. So then Gone with the Bullet happens. Yeah, actually, like Sriram said, it was a movie script which I wrote, which was picked up by one of the very famous director, and then definitely, like the same way, the attitude which I had, so the technical terms which didn't come out, then I said, okay, give me back, I will make a book out of it. So Gone with the Bullet happened like that. So this is the basic, my small journey in the book writing. I just wrote it not because I'm a writer. I just wrote it because I didn't have anything else to do, very frankly. Because I wanted to direct a movie, I was trying to figure it out how to do that. I left my creative director of job, like, thinking that, okay, I'm going to direct a movie in 2013 or whatever thing. 2011, I wanted to become a director. 11 gone, 12 gone, 2012 nothing. I'm still the same place, same Bambu Nagar, same house, same fan. Bit more dust maybe. Kind of a thing. So we all have a New Year resolution, like, I'm sure. I did so many times. I wanted to become vegetarian, I wanted to become non-vegetarian, I wanted to become fat, I wanted to become healthy, lot of things. So one day I remember Sanjay's, our friend Sanjay's birthday, New Year party, we had a party. So I had this one chapter which I wrote 4 years back. After reading one of the book which referred by Sriram, which I proudly said I can write better than this. After that I wrote one chapter and I forgot about it because I was more into that movie thing, like, oh, I want to make movies. Then that new year I decided, okay, neither movie is happening nor book happening. There is, I don't want to go back to television because though it's paid so much money and it's took care of my bills. So, but technically, I had nothing else to do. I came back, I got up in the morning, and I sat in front of the computer for five days. I couldn't figure it out what I wrote 3 years back, what I was thinking that point of time. I forgot about it, like, you know. So, but end of the day, I just started to write behind that. So eventually, this turned out in that Goodbye Girl, the girl's journey continued, and 100 pages to 50 pages I used to send to my friends, like, you know, to read and give me feedback. So they used to ask me, what you are writing? What is this actually about? Then I'm also wondering, like, you know, I didn't have any clue. So first murder happened in that story, then I realized, okay, oh, this is a revenge story. Like, you know, so I was very excited to figure it out. It was a revenge story. So that saved my life. Then I figured out, okay, I have to do some more murders. So I went and killed other 4 big people. So it was fun that way. So it's went on like that. Once you write the book, if you like writing, then it's become like a bit of addiction. Like, you know, first of all, you don't need to meet people. Like, you can sit at your own home, wherever it is. So you can just sit and write. You can kill anyone. You can kill a prime minister. Otherwise, like, you know, they will, even you can talk about this. Nowadays, they will put you in jail. So my all teenager girls, they went and killed the prime minister, commissioner, all these big people. So I felt a bit happy also about that. So this is the thing, writing, this is what happens actually. So otherwise I think it's a very normal journey. Yeah, I think I said so much of it. But yeah. But yeah, thank you so much. I wanted to say 2 words about Hussain Saidi more, and sometimes you meet so many people in life, like, you know, like I'm sure everybody meets so many people in life, and I met most of you one point of time, and I'm like, you know, that is why we are still here together. And Hussain Saidi is one of the person whom I met. I was so scared. I couldn't even talk in front of him. Like, you know, he comes and sit here so seriously the way he is actually. So I was very worried, like, you know, so he's like, okay, this is a story, okay, you like it, we like it, you know, we are okay, fine with that. So I'm trying to figure it out what to tell him more, like, you know, so, but eventually I remember I had a confusion with the name, I had a confusion with the name of the first book, even second book, every time it's like when you have a kid, it's very difficult to figure out what name you're supposed to give. The same way, the same thing goes with the book also. So, Gone with the Bullet is definitely is very attached to for me because I had so many names and I sent 10 names to Hussain Saidi asking which one you will pick it up. So he sent me 3 names in the order. First it was Gone with the Bullet. So I went with Gone with the Bullet. Yeah, and then it's good to have such a great writer. I have seen how dedicatedly he works. And so much of research, and most of the time he must be busy in the basement, so I call up 2 in the night, 3 in the night. I still hear his kids talking at 2 in the night because that is the time they have a family time. But he is pleasure to give that 5 minutes, 2 minutes on the phone talking, like, you know, kind of a thing. And the same way, it's happy to have Sriram here. And Sriram, Sridhar, I mean, it's more like a family now, like, you know, it's just like a saying, you know, I can call up any point of time, or I get more wisdom. Actually, I hear stories, I hear movies, like, you know, because they are encyclopedia of all these things, so, like, you know, I normally ask them what is their story and movies. So I get more or less big wisdom I try to learn from them, which I can't match, I can't even think closer to them, but yeah, I'm sure they must be, most of the time they get frustrated, like, you know, thinking that, like, you know, okay, like, you know, this is kind of a thing, but it's great to have everybody here and in my life also. Thank you so much.
I was supposed to ask a lot of questions, but she's given all the answers, at least lots of them. So I have to now rethink my questions. So So we just chat about your work and your working process and so on. And then I'm sure there will be people who also have questions for you. So, okay. Two things. One, I forgot to, when I was introducing, when I was, after my last film, after my previous film, Agent Vinod had not worked, I was reading a lot and I was writing a lot, all kinds of stories I was trying to write. And then I came across this Badlapur story, and she was the first person I narrated the story to. Okay, and I should narrate all my other stories. Okay, what do you think? Do you think this works? And she will have something or other to say, And she's on the one hand not seen too many movies like I have seen. I've seen too many classics and all that. So I'm burdened by that. But she's fresh, but she'll have her take on it. So when I narrated Badlapur story to her, she said, drop everything else and do this. Which gives when you're a question mark about whether to work on something or not, you need that little, one catalyst, one impetus kind of thing. So thank you for that. So.
I got a credit for the movie and for Badlapur. Don't miss the beginning because my name comes in the first starting. So I got a credit also.
So okay. Now just in short, about your writing process, what do you do? I mean, do you because she's one of the fastest writers I know. I mean, I will talk to her. She'll tell me about an idea she's got on Monday, and Thursday she's got 4 chapters done. So just tell me. I mean, I get envious of that actually.
Thank you. I don't have any particular format actually. The main thing is that it's a bit easy for me to write because I didn't see many things. I didn't read many books. I didn't see many movies. So it's not coming as a baggage to me. Because when I start writing, I'm not worrying. Okay, he wrote this, he made this. So so it's a bit more easy. So whatever I'm doing, I'm just enjoying writing there. And second thing, I don't much work on the story first. I don't have a story. I normally work on the headings. For me, this was Goodbye Girl was, I saw one big rifle at Mr. Nana Patekar's house because he was a national level shooter. So I never seen a rifle in my life. So I picked it up, then I saw it's a huge one. When I was coming back, I thought of, oh, it will be nice to have one girl with a rifle. So I thought about the story behind or around that particular one girl with a rifle and kind of a thing. So Gone by the Bullet, it was more or less, it was a prequel to Goodbye Girl, but once I started writing it, it was completely different. So I don't have a particular story, so I keep on write and eventually I figure it out what is the story.
So when you begin, you don't know how it's going to end?
No, I don't have any idea. So once I end it, I figure out, okay, this is revenge, this is romance, this is whatever this thing. So
I'll ask, sir, what do you feel about this method? I mean, there are two methods. One is this, which, some people feel, no, if I don't have the ending, I will not start, So.
See, actually, my Guru Vikram Chandra used to always say that first you write the book, and once when you're writing it, then the book starts writing you. Like you are in the control of the book. Now I think that she's being crazily honest here, and which she should not be. That I don't think about the ending and I don't plan, it just happens. I don't think she should be saying this. Though most of the authors go through this, but they are wary of admitting this in public places. Because people will start thinking less of their abilities.
yeah, that is right. But yeah, that is
I want an author who knows what he's doing. He's aware of the plot, about every twist and turn. So here is someone who says, I don't know. I saw one gun at Nana Patekar's house. I thought, okay, the girl should have a gun. Then a rose, then something else. You would not like to read this kind of author. It was not even clear in his head.
if I was started, in between I know that I have friends who used to tell me you should have a story first, you should have character, you should have a background and everything. So even I wanted to figure out that method also. I'm sure it's a different way of writing. So what I did that if I sit and write, figure out a story, I spend my 2 months to figure out a story to write the next movie script, which never happened. So then if I go back and say that, okay, I saw somebody jumping out of the bridge or I read that, I want to write something like that, then I can go write and I can figure it out how he jumped out of it. So it's a bit more easy for me to write that way rather than spending so much of...
He's coming on the sides and he's like, okay, today let's kill Prime Minister. Because it's a revenge story. What will happen to the audience? Today I'll do this, it's my mood. I feel like...
No, but there are a couple of times that's happened. There's one more story of hers which I know which is not yet written, but one will come back for it. where she's from Kerala and I don't think she's seen many Hindi movies or has any clue about Hindi actors and so on, And she, Rajesh Khanna passed away, and she read about it, and she saw it, the whole euphoria on TV. And that night she said, I've got an idea for a story. And after a few days she had the first half. Interval. I mean, that was more like a script, and so I always, we and Arjun called us a writing machine, because it's like one idea डालो तो एक निकलता है, within a week or 10 days. So I envy that part of it. But do you do a lot of rewriting, or is it like, I mean, I know the answer. I just want to see what she's
That is a great question. I know, because I can't lie here because they know the answer. Yeah, I'm not much a big fan of rewriting, very frankly, because I have seen things it can good. So, but in rewriting, what happens then? I think it doesn't have a natural flow. It doesn't come as the story it is. That's what I believe. But I'm sure so many scripts are made after 15, 20, 30 rewritings. But my first thing, I just write it down. Second thing is that, like, whatever grammar, spelling, whatever, I can do it. Or by the time maybe I will understand some more character better, so I'll just add some more things. So maximum first or second draft, that's my...
there is this famous French writer, Simenon, Georges Simenon, I can't pronounce it in the right French. So he has this thing, he says, I just start with something, with a character, and he finishes a book sometimes in a week, sometimes in 4 days. So can I just interrupt and tell you one story about Hitchcock wanted him to write something for him, And when he is working, he doesn't like to be disturbed. He just goes into his room and kind of locks himself up. He'll come out for dinner or lunch or whatever. So when Hitchcock called up his secretary, this man, his author secretary, said, he's in the room, I can't disturb him. So Hitchcock said, I'll wait. As if like, abhi aa jayega, khatam karke. So it's bad that you are able to write fast. Okay, one more small question. How much would you put for, maybe a percentage for discipline and for the talent? I mean, if you have to, 100%.
You need discipline to write book. If it is a book, you need discipline. If it is a script, you need talent.
What does that mean then?
No, book, because even after having talent, you have to sit and physically, you have to sit and write so many pages. It's like 500, 600, 700 pages, whatever it is, like, so maybe 1000, whatever pages it is. So it doesn't happen like, okay, I will write 1 page today and then after that 10 pages later. So you need discipline there. But movie script is hardly 40, 50, 60, whatever scenes it is, like, movie scripts are more scene-wise. You can work according to the segmentation, like the segments. So.
You make it sound too easy. That's great. Sir, any questions you'd like to ask her? I mean, I'm okay. He's terrified of asking her.
No, I'm scared that again she'll say something which is not to be said. I don't want that to happen. It's okay.
Okay, so you're more attracted to crime kind of stories or what kind of?
Yeah, I prefer crime. That is why Hussain Saidi was my favorite. He's my favorite writer because I prefer crime. No, he's okay. It was and is and it will be. So because why I like crime? Because it's not easy for us to go and kill someone or bang a robbery or rob a bank or whatever thing. So so it's good to explore that part of thing in stories, which you can't do it in real. Writing romance and whatever drama, and you can put lot of things in your own life. I'm sure they saw most of the romantic writers, and it started with their own love story, breakup, first kiss, first breakup, or first sex or whatever thing, so kind of a thing. So crime, you have to more get into the imagination and you have to figure out how you're doing it. So I thought of it's a bit more intelligent to write crime. So I think that is
Okay, I'm just kind of, I'm sure there will be people who ask me questions, and if I think of any new ones, I also ask.
I wanted to ask one question to Mr. Hussain. I'm sure I read many of his books, and I'm sure there are some, I know some people who is here who got inspired by the book and who you met on the way. And I really wonder why you are writing only about the underworld.
I have answered this question so many times. It's there on Google, so I'll try to be brief about this. In 1995, I got a job in Indian Express after working in the Asian Age. So, at the Asian Age, I had this editor called Sai Suresh Goswami. He's a maverick kind of person, fantastic editor. So when I went there and I wanted to do general reporting, he said, Hussain, see, all the criminals in the city are Muslim. You're also Muslim. I will hire you only if you do crime reporting. I was shocked at this kind of supposed racist comment, but I wanted to keep that job at Indian Express, the Indian Express, working with Sai Suresh. I said, okay. So since I had no other option, I was like cornered. I accepted the job and I started doing stories. So until that time, people were being, they were very lazily reporting on crime. They would just go to press room, take a Varta Padra, come back or attend a press conference and report on it. I thought we should do it differently. When I started speaking with the defense lawyers, some other people, getting the relatives to the accused, and then we realized that cops are framing up so many people. So it's a totally different genre of crime reporting that started at that time. That's it. I mean, it was compulsion, not my choice at all.
Okay, any questions that you want to just ask? We can also be chatting otherwise. Yeah.
Anybody in the audience with questions? We'll just try to cover as many as we can.
Hi, Shisha. Hello, sir. So, the last time me and Shisha, we were working on a movie script. So, we were trying to make a character disappear. But apparently our producers disappeared and we were never able to make the character disappear. So, one quick question I just want to ask. So, thriller, I feel personally is a very competitive genre while writing. Not every good director can make a very good thriller, but it needs a certain talent. So my question comes that how important in today's world is the emotional involvement of a character in a thriller? Because if we go back to 60s and 50s and 70s, the classics of Mr. Vijayanand and all that, so we see a plot was very more important. But nowadays we see that emotive presence of the character is much more important than the plot. Like I think Badlapur is a fine example where character's emotion.
If you don't mind, I'll answer this for sure. But I think it should be more questions to her, so that you know what I mean? Yes, I'll answer this. Yeah, you're asking her. Okay, great.
I'm asking her only.
Yeah.
That with your reference, that how important that it is, because the last time when we were working, we were more on the plots and plots and plots, and now things have changed. On that
Talking about how important to have emotions in a story.
How important a character's emotion, makes a thriller.
Yeah, because I'm sure one point of time the thriller is supposed to be very plot oriented. It was, I think that is the way people used to think. But nowadays, we need to have emotion check also on that, because only plot doesn't work. Because we are a human being and we need to see what is happening in the character in a human basic. So I think it's too important. It has to be equally divided, or there is no thumb rule. If it is a great plot-oriented thriller, it can be that also. But it's better to have emotion part in that.
So does that help when you say you bring out when you keep writing and that story basically drives you?
But I normally always have basically one very strong character which always have an emotional journey of that. So I try to fix that emotional journey into the plottings. So I try to balance that for the part.
I'll give you attention.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, Shisha, since it's your second book now, whenever you get stuck, whatever you call writer's block, whatever you call it, so what is the trick that works for you? Whenever you stuck?
I think about that I can't do anything else. This is only one thing I can have to do, so block goes away.
A cup of coffee, you roam around, jump around, what do you do?
When you get stuck up, very frankly, so far I didn't get stuck up. So I really don't know the answer for that. But I'm sure I hear that that word writer's block, but I can't answer for personal level because I never felt that. So, but hopefully I don't want to reach that level. So,
I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah.
One more question. Do you have certain timings to write? The discipline you say.
Yeah. one point of time I used to write in the night. So I remember that time my book was with Penguin. So Penguin I used to keep on touching with Hussain because he was in Mumbai, so the other people are in Delhi. So whatever thing, if I have to talk, I have to call him up, but because in day they are so busy. So like, you know, then I used to sleep. So then I have to call him up at 3 in the nights. Then he used to say, no, you have to change your sleeping pattern if you want to do the book with the Penguin. So I remember then my second book, I started to write in the day, I started to sleep in the night. Then I realized that, like, you know, that Penguin people started to walk in the night.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sheila.
Yeah.
So firstly, we now in terms of we saw from television and now into growth into a writer. So how do you see both the mediums? In terms of television growth and in terms of literature, how do you see both?
Television growth and in terms of feature.
Literature.
Literature.
Yeah.
Television writing and book writing, literature writing. Literature writing is completely different thing. I can't write literature. I write normal stories in a very normal language where normal people can understand. Literature, I believe, you know, you need to have that some XYZ thing to understand. That's what I believe. I don't read it. Television writing is normally for the normal people. So I'm sure, because when I was doing Adalat, I remember we used to hear that, like, you have to stress some lines twice or thrice so that people will get underlined. And if you give, and we tried something better, like, you know, with very thriller space and kind of a thing, which didn't work. It's maybe because we are so used to seeing some particular kind of a thing, and it's like if you eat every day, we are so used to maybe rice and dal and same kind of thing, but we are not much about pizzas and kind of, maybe it's a very rare thing, like very once in a while. So it's like as equal as that, like, you know, so.
Yeah. Just, you know, according to does this also have all the immediate of a film script, the book? Can this be made into a film?
Definitely, both her books are potential film subjects. I keep telling her, rewrite this, change this, and all that. You know how she is. So maybe sometimes she will write a script which I say, okay, I mean, wow, he write in the first draft. For that. Any more questions? Because we have less time, that's why I'm trying to hurry up things. So.
One more question.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, where what based on the book? From where you got, yeah, from where you got the book?
I have a great designer, my friend Deepak, I'm sure. Okay. Deepak, he's here. So I used to eat his brain, like, you know, no, we are like, we worked together earlier, so I'm like, all the covers is done by Deepak. So we just sit and discuss, and like, you know, I tell him the basic story, okay, this is a story, and then like, you know, we have a creative thing. And that is his part, like, he gives me the best. He gives me one, but that is like bang on. So I don't need to rework on it. So Deepak, thank you so much. My books looks beautiful because of Deepak's work.
What about the third installment?
Sorry?
Third installment of the book. Are you having started something for the
The third book, yeah. For a change, I'm writing a romance for the third book. I just, like, you know, because I used to get mails from some college students from Pune and kind of a thing. I found that they are quite excited about this all thriller space and crime and kind of a thing. Then I thought of, okay, I wanted to tell them, okay, there is another space also, another world also, like, so third book is going to be a romance, like, romantic story.
Hi Sheila. This is it.
Yeah, hi.
I believe the first two books that you've written is around teenage girl.
Yeah.
And by what you've said, the third one, I believe, like, is also going to be around teenage girl.
Exactly.
So the way you tried to understand from Hussain sir, any fascination around teenage girls? Why teenage girls every time?
Because maybe I can't say I'm a teenage girl right now, but I used to be a teenage girl. So it's for me when I'm writing, because I write more from my personal life, or maybe the characters or the people whom I met, especially Goodbye Girl, is completely till half. It's my grandmother, my father, my mother, like the people, that joint family which I grew up. So it's a bit more easy to write, and that is, it gives a bit more reality when you say a story. So then maybe I think I remember more of my teenage life, like so it's always colorful, and it's like it's a very technical time. Like it's good to, you can become something, you can become good and worse in that particular point of time. So it's a teenager psychology is a bit more complicated. So it's good to explore that psychology. So that's why I do that.
Shija, there's a difficult question. Like, there are very graphic sex scenes in both of your books. Now, this is like sort of a model like Wilbur Smith, Irving Wallace, and Harold Robbins that you're trying to follow, or like these were required for the story?
Luckily, I didn't read any of the books which you said. But yeah, the first book definitely. I remember Penguin also had an issue about that. So much of violence, sex, and brutality in that book. The first book is definitely is the journey of a girl. It's a coming of age. So I thought of it's quite natural to understand or to figure it out the sex part of life. I don't see that as a very no subject. It's not for selling books or nothing like that. Second book hardly have any, my heroine, the girl, she doesn't even have a one normal kiss in that complete story. So it's not that Jabardasti I'm putting it that sex scenes because the people should get excited by reading it. But
Well, thank you very much everybody for your questions.
thank you so much.
Moving on, Shija, is there something that you'd like to tell your audience before we move on to book signing? No?
Thank you so much for coming.
Tell them to buy the book for sure.
Thank you so much for coming, which I said earlier also, and it's such a great honor to have you here. And I really wonder if I'm writing third book, like I'm sure it will take some more time. Sorry.
How long until the next one?
For the long. Oh, I'll be doing a bit more late because I don't think so I can call up everybody saying that please come for next launch also, so I'll take a 6-month gap for that.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Shija Jose. This event would not have been possible without the presence of Mr. Hussain Zaidi and Mr. Sriram Raghvan. Thank you so very much for being here, for supporting the book and giving it such a wonderful platform. Ladies and gentlemen, the book Gone with the Bullet is very much available at Crossword. Please grab your copies. Shija would be more than happy to sign those copies for you. So thank you very much and have a lovely evening ahead. Shija wants to say something. Yes, so just about 5 minutes of pictures with our guests and the book. And post that. In the meanwhile, you all could, get your copies. Yeah, you all could get your copies from the store. Do get it billed first because you'll have to show the bill and security. Then move on and you can get them signed, okay? So as they get busy with their pictures, ladies and gentlemen, you can proceed to the store and grab a copy of Shija Jose's book, Gone with the Bullet, which is an unusual tale of love and revenge. Please don't forget to get your copies billed before you take it out of the store to get it signed. Thank you very much and have a lovely evening ahead.
मोबाइल नीचे